Okay, so you're all very welcome to this short practice. What you're going to need for this practice is just your typical chair, your typical office chair, or a regular kitchen chair. It's better if it has a back so that you can lean on. And I have my computer here so I can still see my screen. Now the cat may barge in at one point or another, but that's okay. He's a cute little fella, so that's fine. So you're all very welcome to this practice today, and I'm going to teach you a couple of techniques. We're going to start with a very simple technique called the check-in, which is really, really good as a mindfulness technique to stop, pause. If you're moving between tasks during the day and you want to really take a little break, increase your productivity when you're coming back to your computer, that's something really, really useful. And then the other short practice that we do is what kind of stretches you can do during the day in order to get the neck, the shoulders moving. And I know the focus today was more the upper body, but also what to do for your hips, because when you're sitting at your desk, the hips and the lower back suffer a lot as well. And just something to note, because we spend so much time on our devices these days. The time on screen has increased year on year. So whether we're on our computer, our phones, our iPads, we just keep on following the screen. And the problem is wherever we look at, the head follows. So say if you're looking at your phone or your computer, and you're looking down, automatically after a while, the head is going to come down. And that increases a lot of the pressure on the cervical spine. And that's why surgeons nowadays see so many people with upper body issue, especially around the neck. Now, here we go, that's him. So in our practice, we'll address those issues and we'll try and see, can we correct that movement and become more mindful of what's happening in our neck. So on those good words, I'm going to ask you to take a comfortable seat on your chair. Make sure that the feet are pressing down onto the floor. And then you are going to sit into the back of your chair. So you can lean back and your spine is straight and there's a gentle curve into your lower back. And that's your typical spine. The spine has a natural curve into the lower back and a natural curve at the back of the neck. So finding your nice seat, pressing into the feet, pressing into your sit bones, and then maybe move around for a couple of seconds just so that you feel more settled and grounded. And then once you're happy with your position, close the eyes. We're going to start with our check-in mindfulness practice. For the next couple of breaths, just keep the breath exactly as it is, not trying to change it. And give your body a little scan. Scanning from your toes and slowly moving upwards all the way to the crown of your head. And as you scan the body, tuning into any sensations, anything going on. You might feel difference in temperature in parts of the body. You might feel little tingling sensations. You might feel tension in an area, especially if you've been sitting all morning. And then after your scan, just storing that information, whatever came up for you, where are the tensions in the body? Keeping that information somewhere in your brain and trusting that your practice shortly will address that. The next area of check-in is our breath. So check in with how the breath is flowing this morning. Again, not trying to change the breath. Focusing on the sensations of the air coming in through your nose and out. Following the journey of the breath inside the body. And then becoming aware of your natural breath. Where are you naturally breathing? Are you doing deep breathing all the way down to the belly? Is that your natural pattern? Or is the breath more located around the chest, around the ribs? So again, no judgment, not trying to change anything, just observing the breath. Brilliant. And then the last area for our check-in is how we feel overall. Ask yourself how you're feeling today. And then again, no judgment. Whatever comes up, comes up. It's the end of the week. You might be tired. There might be things going on at home. So not judging whatever comes up. Just actually noticing what comes up. And then bring the attention back to your breath. And this time, we're going to deepen the breath a little more. As you breathe in through the nose, try to breathe all the way down to the belly. Feel the belly and the lower back expand. And as you breathe out, the air comes out, the belly relaxes, and you feel the air passing through your nose. Slowly deepening the breath, breathing all the way down to the belly. Belly expands on the inhale and then relaxes on the exhale. Take 3 more of these deep belly breaths. And then again, allow the breath to come back to its natural flow. And for the next 5 breaths, counting in your head, an inhale and an exhale is a full breath. So counting to 5 breaths in your head, trying to keep the attention focused on the breath. Super. And after your 5 breaths, just checking in with yourself. Were you able to keep the attention fully focused on the 5 breaths? Or did you feel that the attention wanted to wander? And again, no judgment. We're only human beings and that happens sometimes. So when you're ready, slowly opening the eyes. And then shaking the hands, the feet. And then, so I took a little bit longer for that check-in mindfulness practice. But that's something, say, an example where I would try to use it, especially if I'm running from one task to another, or I was teaching a class, I come back in, I need to be on the computer focusing. So that check-in practice, you just quickly check in. You could do it in 30 seconds. You don't have to spend as much time on each area, but you check in with the body. How is the body feeling? Check in with the breath. How is the breath flowing? And then you check in with how you feel overall. And then you pause, you go for 5 breaths or 10 breaths where you keep the attention focused on counting the breath. And that should really reset you in a very simple way between one task or the other. And that's also great if you're feeling a little bit anxious, you feel that the breath is running away from you and you want to settle your nervous system down. That's one of the mindfulness technique that I find works for so many situations, for your productivity, anxiety, even before going to bed if you want to just slow down or just to relax. So that's my mindfulness tip for today. And now we're going to move on to our little practice for our shoulders, neck, and hips. So creating a little bit of space, maybe moving slightly away from your desk, so you can have a little bit of space in front of you, maybe to extend the legs or whatever we're going to do next. And then, again, coming back to our good seat here, sitting at the back of the chair, and then bringing the back, pressing to the back of the chair. Now, sometimes I use blocks underneath my feet because my legs are quite short, but maybe you've long legs and your feet are touching the ground without any issues. So just being mindful of that. You want the feet to press down so you don't feel shaky and unbalanced. And then starting with a couple of shoulder rolls. So on the inhale, move the shoulders back and up, and then exhale, down and forward. Inhale, up and back, exhale, down and forward. Go for 2 more. And then reversing the movement, inhale, back and up, exhale, forward and down. Inhale, back and up, exhale, forward and down. And again, go for 2 more. And then after your 2, settle the shoulders. Then bring the arms in front of the chest. And then feel that you're plugging the arm bone into the shoulder socket, so everything is connected. Sometimes we reach for something and the arm bone goes way out of the shoulder socket, and that's actually not good. We can injure our shoulder. So plugging in, feeling the integration. And then as you inhale, lift the shoulders up towards the ears and squeeze. And as you exhale, shoulders down towards the waist. And you should feel the shoulder blades moving. Inhale, shoulders up and squeeze. Exhale, shoulders down towards the waist. Go for 1 more. Brilliant. And then come back to center, to a neutral position. And then moving the shoulder blades the other way. As you inhale, move the shoulders back and squeeze. And as you exhale, shoulders forward, around the upper back. Inhale, shoulders back and squeeze. Exhale, forward and slightly round the upper back. And then go for 1 more. And then forward. And then come back to center, to neutral. And then release. Brilliant. Then giving your wrists a couple of rotations, going in one direction. We're going to do 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And then going the other way, going for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Brilliant. Then give the hands a little shake. And then release. Last very important area is our neck. So on the inhale, lift the chin up towards the ceiling. And then on the exhale, chin down into the chest. Inhale, the chin up. Exhale, chin down. Go for 1 more. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, chin down. Then bring the head back to center. When the shin is parallel to the floor, your neck should be in a neutral position. And we're going to create a double chin. So moving the chin slightly down and back. Now, it's not a pretty picture, but you're actually pushing the chin in and back, and that activates your back muscle. So even doing that for a couple of seconds, create your double chin, so chin slightly down and back, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release the double chin. Brilliant. On the inhale, turn the head to the left. And on the exhale, turn to the right. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Take one more. And right. And then come back to center. So what happens when we're working on our computer or looking at our phone, slowly but surely the chin comes down, there's a lot more pressure on the head, and then the shoulders start to round, and we end up in a phone upper body situation. So the next couple of movements are going to help you with that. That's why we want to build more muscles into the back between the shoulder blades, and then doing our double chin sometimes, and building up the muscles at the back of the neck. So bring the hands, interlace the fingers behind the head, doing that kind of elbows out to the side position. And then take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest. Just let the hands be extra weight onto the head, but not pushing it down, just extra weight. Super. Then trying to relax the muscles. Feel the extra head from the hands. Then take a deep breath in. On the exhale, push the head back and up against the resistance of the hands. Gentle pressure from the hands. Inhale, release the pressure, chin down. Exhale, pushing the head back into the hands against the resistance of the hands. 2 more. Inhale, chin down, release the pressure. Exhale, apply the gentle pressure, head up and back, pushing into the hands. And then 1 more, release, chin down. And then on the exhale, gentle pressure, push the head back and up. Super. And when you do that, even just keeping the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, just pushing the head back into the hand, you should feel the resistance, you should feel the muscles working in the shoulders and into the back of the neck. So give yourself a couple of shoulder rolls, moving around. Super. Last one for our neck. Then bring the right ear towards the right shoulder, tilting the head to the side. Keep the shoulders even. You should feel a nice stretch into the left side of the neck. If you want more, you bring the right hand on top of the head, and again, using the extra weight from the hand to weigh the head down. And if you want even more from that stretch, then you lift the opposite arm. So left arm reaching out to the side, and then you should feel the stretch coming all along the tissues, top of the arm, all the way into the neck. And then release that, and doing the other side. First, we tilt the head to the left. That's step 1. And sometimes that might be enough for you to get that stretch. Step 2, you want more. You add the left hand on the top of the head. And step 3, you want even more. You leave the right arm out to the side, reaching the fingertips out to the side to get all the connective tissues involved. And then release. Brilliant. Shaking the shoulders, the neck, then come back to center. Now we're going to move on to our lower back and our hips. So coming towards the front of your chair, so you're not fully sticking to the back, you have a little bit more freedom of movement. Feet a little bit wider than the hips, hands onto your thighs or knees. Starting in neutral so you feel the difference. And then on your next inhale, you're going to arch the lower back, move to the front of your sit bones, push the chest forward, lift the chin. And then on the exhale, you're going to round the lower back. So move to the back of your sit bones, creating a C curve with the spine, chin to chest. Inhale to arch. Exhale exhale to round. And that's the famous cat-cow exercise that's usually done on the floor. Inhale, you arch. Exhale, you round. And go for one more. Inhale, you arch from your sit bones all the way up. And then exhale, you round. Super. Then coming back to center to your nice long spine. And then a great one for any problem with your sciatic nerve is the following one. So we're going to work with our right leg first and our neck. So on the inhale, lift the right foot off the mat, trying to straighten the leg, lift the chin up. And then on the exhale, bend the knee, chin down into the chest, past the 90-degree angle. You want your heel to reach towards the middle of your chair. Inhale, extend the leg, chin up. Exhale, chin down, bend the knee, passing the 90-degree angle. Inhale, extend the leg, chin up. Exhale, chin down, heel back. Go for one more. And then lower the chin, heel back. And then come back to center. Brilliant. Then we're going to do that on the other side. So reset. Pressing down into your sit bones, lengthen. Breathing in, straightening the left leg, chin up. Exhale, chin down, going past the 90-degree angle, heel back. Inhale, extend, chin up. Exhale, chin down, heel back. Two more. Inhale, straighten, lift the chin. Exhale, chin down, heel back. And last one. And then down. Brilliant. Then come back to center, shaking the legs. And then last but not least, our hips. So bring your left ankle onto your right knee. And as you sit, make sure the actual ankle is underneath, the foot is sticking out, and activate the foot by flexing it. We want an active foot here. And then for the next couple of breaths, just gently tuning into your left hip and gently pushing your left knee down. We don't want to really push it down. It's just a gentle pressure to feel the openness into the hips. So just pausing here, active foot, active thigh for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And if you want more from that stretch, the next step is to fold forward over the leg. So you could have the hands on your desk in front of you, relax the head onto your desk. And then that's one way to get into it and relax into the position. You should get a super strong stretch into your left glute, but it should feel nice as well. And if it doesn't feel nice, lift back up. There's always a good ratio between stretch and comfort that needs to be found. And then slowly lift yourself up. Brilliant. Shaking the left leg. Then same on the right. Right ankle over the left knee. Flexing the foot so the leg is active. And then checking in with your right hip now. And if you want, only if it doesn't stretch enough, you're going to gently push your right knee down. That's where you could also bring in your deep belly breath. You're getting a nice stretch. And you're really filling up your belly, your lower back with some fresh air here. Super. And then if you want to go to the next step, if you want more into that stretch, then you fold forward over the shin. And again, forearms on the shin or hands and forehead onto your desk. And that's a lovely way to get into that stretch. Relax for a couple of seconds. Brilliant. And then when you're ready, slowly lift yourself back up. Shake your right leg. Super. So that concludes the practice. And when you finish a physical practice, it's always great to come back to something more relaxation or mindfulness based. So coming back to your really good seat at the back of the chair, letting your back pressing into the back of your chair, hands resting on your thighs, feet gently pressing onto the floor, close the eyes, and then quick check-in. How is the body feeling after that gentle practice? Then quick check-in with the breath. How is the breath flowing after that practice? And then last but not least, how do you feel overall? Coming back to our very focused 5 breaths. So for the next 5 breaths, counting the breath in your head. Super. And then again, lastly, to check in, were you able to maintain the focus onto the 5 breaths, or did you find that the attention was wandering? And it's always good to notice that. And that concludes our practice. You can open the eyes, shake the hands, the legs, the shoulders. Thank you very much. Now, one thing I will say as well, so when you're at your desk, obviously that practice today was a little bit longer, but something that you can do, these shoulder movements, really quick, neck movement, what you want to do, because to counteract that upper body rounded posture, you want to open the chest. So the quickest stretch you can do is the cactus arms. Elbows out to the side, and then pushing the elbows back and the chest forward, lifting the chin up. So this is, if you did only one, this is the best one to do to counteract your upper back posture over the desk. And everything else is a bonus. If you have a little bit more time, you can come back to that practice. So thank you very much, guys. I'm going to stop the recording now. And if you have any questions, we can discuss.